I've always had a love-hate relationship with TikTok. I've been going back and forth on the teeter-totter of whether I like the platform or I don't like the platform. But after what I'm about to show you today, we just need to get rid of it. Eradicate that shit off the face of the earth. Hit it with that laser beam and don't leave a single trace that it ever existed, because dear God, it has spawned something that is just downright stupid. Now, what I'm talking about today is a TikToker that goes by the name Queen Awake, and she is a trans investigator, where she basically just goes through random celebrities and people and says they're the opposite gender from what everybody thinks they are or what they say they are. For example, the main video I wanted to talk about was where she shows a picture of Zendaya and Tom Holland and says that Zendaya is a man and Tom Holland is a woman. And the best way is for me to just show this to you, so I guess brace your butt cheeks and get ready.
Welcome to today's episode of celebrities that you didn't know were actually the opposite gender. We're going to be covering Mandaya, aka Zendaya. Let's just get right into it. By now, if you've been following my page for a minute, you know male skeletal markers. Skeletal marker number 1, the straight across clavicle. We've got the brow ridge. We've got the deep socketed eyes. We've got the wide dental arch. We've got the can opener jaw. We've got the thick neck.
So she's firing off these traits like she's reading the terms of service on a commercial right now. I can't even keep up with what she's saying. I can't really even be bothered. But you get the idea. She's calling Zendaya Mandaya, a real creative name right there. And I don't know what the purpose and the reasoning behind this is. She has a lot of time on her hands, obviously, to be concocting up some wacky theories like this. But it is some of the goofiest content I have ever seen made and produced and posted on the internet.
We've got the shaped like a V. We've got these really, really, really long arms and really big hands. These are just a few of the opposite gender markers. There are others to confirm, but when in doubt, look at the significant other or the spouse. This is just too easy. We have Tammy Holland over here. Body shape goes out like a peplum top. Got the very delicate wrist, have a lack of brow ridge, no Adam's apple.
Okay, so many things I gotta say here. How can you tell he has small wrist? He's wearing a sweatshirt. His wrists are covered up. Second off, Adam's apple, his face is like this, so you can't even see where his Adam's apple is. Honestly, there's only one right way to do this. She's going about it all wrong. What you need to do is stalk down Zendaya and Tom Holland, find them while they're out and about, and tell them to drop their trousers and bend over and spread those cheeks. That way you can do a bit of inspecting, get your nose in there, and get the real dirty work done. I'll do you one better, just in case you see this and you want to, break me down and see what gender I am. I'll go ahead and flop it.
Smaller skull, and then in comparison to Mandaya, it's very, very obvious that this individual has male skeletal markers and this has female skeletal.
I just like to imagine the countless hours this lady has put in her life, just examining pictures of Tom Holland and Zendaya, zooming in on her phone to get every little pixel, every detail to figure out, their dirty little secrets, all to just make a TikTok that everybody is clowning on her for. Rightfully so, because she's making herself look like a Neanderthal.
They all worship Baphomet, which is a transgender god that they have. And this is their religion. Study these markers so that you aren't deceived.
So she ends that video off by telling you to study up on those markers, giving you some homework so useless that it wouldn't even matter if your dog ate it. And then she throws a bit of a curveball at you and says that they also worship Baphomet, the transgender god. Which, Baphomet's that thing that has like titties and a goat head and wings. So first off, I don't even think it's considered human. I don't think it can be transgender. One, because it's fictional, and two, because it would just be like a being, right? It'd be like a centaur. It doesn't really have it's just a thing. And then second, it's America, a free country founded on the idea of freedom of expression and religion, so they're allowed to worship Baphomet if they want, even if Baphomet is a transgender god. It kind of sounds like you have something against transgenders, making it seem like it's a bad thing, which that's something only a terrible person, a bad human would think. So any way you spin it, the end result is still the same. You sound like an idiot. And while scrolling through the Twitter replies of this video, someone decided to do a breakdown of their own of this lady. Big forehead / skull, eyebrow ridge, deep eye sockets, signs of incest. Long pointy nose, no jawline, crooked teeth, sharp chin, wide neck, read her like a book. This whole situation is unbelievably goofy to me, man. There has to be so many steps in her life that just went wrong. Or maybe she just got so bored and had nothing to do that she decided to pick up the worst hobby imaginable. I don't understand what leads up to doing something like this. Like, who genuinely cares? All I have to say, this video could have been summed up in like 10 seconds. You could just say, who really cares? Nobody genuinely cares about these people's real genders. It's stupid. She acts like she's doing something, opening everybody's third eyes by proving that Zendaya is actually Mandaya and Tom Holland's actually Tammy Holland or whatever she said. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. Anyways, there's one more video I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you a lot more, but right before I started recording this, her TikTok, she switched it to private because I guess she was getting a bunch of people bullying her online, which people like to do that on TikTok. And I'm not going to say she didn't deserve it, but I'm not going to say she did deserve it either. But I can't look at her videos now because I refreshed the page and she's now private. But I did find one that I wanted to show you where she tells us all what Victoria's Secret really is.
Do you know what Victoria's Secret actually is? Come here. It's that their models are actually men. That's right. I couldn't believe it either. But once you see truth, everything makes sense.
So that's one of the most vague and pointless videos I've ever watched. I would like to refund my 15 seconds, please. Victoria's Secret is that the models aren't actually women. And once you see the truth, your eyes are opened and everything makes sense. Can you explain? Maybe break it down for me? Like, I could make some goofy claims like that, too. I could say, the world's gonna end tomorrow. I looked up in the sky and saw something. And once you see it, too, everything makes sense. And that would have just as much validity as what you just said. And that's all I wanted to show you. I guess the best thing at the end of the day is when you see these people to ignore them. But whenever you make YouTube videos about goofy things, and someone this goofy just happens upon your doorstep, pops up right on your Twitter feed, I can't ignore that. I took a solemn swear to silliness, and I'm gonna uphold that until the day I delete this channel. I just can't, you can't pass up an idiot in distress. You gotta make a YouTube video on them. Anyways, I'll just end off the video by once again saying, who really cares? At the end of the day, Zendaya, still hot. Tom Holland, still hot. Victoria's Secret models, still hot. Smash, smash, smash. I'll catch you in the next one.